here is another poisonous plant, the tobacco plant. Now, it's probably not surprising that tobacco is considered to be very toxic due to the fact that pretty much everyone knows that it contains a very high level of nicotine. Now, nicotine isn't only found in tobacco, it actually is found in pretty much every other member of the Solanaceae family or the nightshade family, so that includes deadly nightshade as well as edible plants like she's alive. She's just letting you know she's fine. That also includes edible plants such as tomatoes and potatoes, so they do have very low levels of nicotine. The tobacco plants are known for having very high levels of nicotine, which is what you make cigarettes and stuff out of. That is the kind of addictive and toxic chemical found in cigarettes. Oh, hi, Sooty. Is it too windy out there for ya? Sooty and Scout. Now, nicotine works on a couple very specific receptors in the brain called nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. My sister, stop moving lower if you don't want them to see your face.
I'm sorry.
My sister wants to show off the sweater she got. Spin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Flex. Anyways, nicotine binds to that specific nicotinic acetylcholine receptor, which triggers a excess release of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a very important neurotransmitter, has many functions throughout the entire body. Now, nicotine also stimulates the dopaminergic system, which is kind of what causes dopamine to be released. Now, dopamine is one of the happy chemicals, so that is one of the reasons why nicotine is so addictive. It causes extra dopamine to be released, which makes your body and brain happy, and you get addicted to the thing that makes it come out more. However, high enough concentrations of nicotine can be very toxic, which is how we get back around to the tobacco plant being poisonous. All parts of the tobacco plant are very poisonous, including the stems, the leaves, and the flowers, the flower buds, and everything. The whole thing has a lot of poison in it. This isn't the most toxic plant, because if it was, you wouldn't be able to smoke it, but it does still have some pretty nasty side effects in high enough concentration. Now, symptoms of tobacco or nicotine poisoning have a variety of side effects, including gastrointestinal, such as cramps and nausea, even vomit. But its other issues are due to the excess release of acetylcholine, and that can cause things such as increased heart rate, which can later cause problems, as well as muscle paralysis and twitching, because acetylcholine helps control your muscle. And there can also be trouble breathing, which can be one of the causes of death. Now, increased rate of breathing is kind of the main sign of nicotine poisoning and is also usually the cause of death due to respiratory failure. Now, direct poisoning from tobacco plants themselves usually isn't that common. Just a singular tobacco plant doesn't have enough poison to really do any harm, and cigarettes, while dangerous, don't do that, don't smoke, kids. Cigarettes also, just a few of them, don't actually have enough nicotine in them to cause an overdose or any direct poisoning. They just have other bad effects, so don't smoke. So you are unlikely to be poisoned by touching or eating or just being around a tobacco plant. In fact, people often have them as houseplants or to cultivate themselves. However, there is a thing called green tobacco poisoning, which is a phenomenon that was observed in tobacco field workers, where they would be exposed to a lot of tobacco plants. And nicotine and other toxins found in these plants can actually absorb through the skin. It's been found, so when these workers were out collecting tobacco without gloves, without protective wear, they would absorb enough nicotine and other toxins through their skin to actually get something called the green tobacco sickness. So overall, a single, regular, fresh tobacco plant will not kill you, but smoking will.